In the middle of the hostile conflict that was going on in India's western and northern borders during Operation Sindoor and after its aftermath from 7th May to 10th of May, India's eastern borders were also getting heated up vis-a-vis the India-Bangladesh border. Even before India had started Operation Sindoor, ALM Fazlur Rahman, who is the Quartermaster General of the Bangladesh military, had threatened India that if India attacks Pakistan, Bangladesh should seek assistance from China and actually should capture the seven sisters or the seven northeastern states of India. Though this statement was put aside by Dhaka, Dhaka's hostility towards India has been escalating since 5th August 2024, when through a colored revolution they ousted Sheikh Hasina and made her to seek asylum in India. On 10th of May 2025, which was the most hostile day of the Indo-Pakistan conflict, the Muhammad Yunus-led government actually banned the Awami League from participating in the upcoming elections, citing anti-terrorism laws. This, in fact, was an indirect message to Delhi, as we all know that India and the Awami League founder Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and his daughter had been very close allies since 1971. On the other hand, reports are also coming in that not all is good between Muhammad Yunus and the Chief of Army General Wakaruzaman. Wakaruzaman has recently denied providing any humanitarian corridor between Bangladesh and Myanmar. Also, she emphasized that the interim government should actually organize elections latest by December, as he wants the country should be run by a proper elected government. But what is worrisome for India is China's proposed involvement in reviving the Lal Monirhat Air Base in Bangladesh. Lal Monirhat Air Base is an old World War II air base which is present in Bangladesh, and it's only 12 to 15 kilometers away from the Indian border and only 135 kilometers from the Siliguri Corridor, also known as the chicken nest. So, the presence of a Chinese base, irrespective of its purpose, civilian or military, actually so close to that narrow corridor is a strategic vulnerability for India, because the Siliguri corridor is the India's only way to the Seven Sisters. Even noted geostrategist and author Brahmachalani has actually raised an alarm regarding this in his recent X post. Time and again, Muhammad Yunus has made debatable assertions, including the one that he made in his recent visit in China, stating that Bangladesh is the guardian of the ocean and the Seven Sisters of India have to depend on it for trade and business, and thereby inviting China to be also a part of that trade corridor. So, what is India doing, and what does India need to do diplomatically and strategically so that it can actually curb this increasing Chinese influence in its eastern borders? So, on the 9th of April 2025, India had actually cancelled Bangladesh's transshipment facility for exporting goods to third countries. This was followed by another state strike on the 18th of May 2025, where India imposed restrictions on transporting Bangladesh goods, especially garments, through land routes. And this can actually lead to an almost $770 million loss to Bangladesh economy, which is almost 42% of its overall revenue from trade exports. Also, on the 8th and 9th of May 2025, India carried out Tista Prahar, and military exercise in North Bengal to showcase the military resilience and operational readiness. But what India needs to do actually is to address the elephant, or rather the dragon in the room, which is China. India's trade deficit with China is at a record high of almost $100 billion in the current fiscal year of 24-25. What this means is India is actually providing the economical ammunition to China to carry out this diplomatic and strategic infrastructural activities against India. So before China encircles India with the string of pearl strategy, India has to act fast. So what can India do to address this huge trade gulf between it and China? First of all, India has to look out for alternative trade partners for procuring necessary components. India can seek alternative countries such as Taiwan, South Korea, and Vietnam. It also has to booster its local manufacturing capabilities by actually strengthening initiatives such as the production linked incentive so that its local producers and suppliers can get benefit out of it. Apart from that, India has to make strategic use of trade policy tools by implementing anti dumping initiatives and also rationalizing tariffs for local suppliers and producers so that they get a level playing field. Apart from that, India has also uh, need to actually go into bilateral and multilateral ties with other ASEAN countries and Western economies and actually also work out free trade agreements with other countries so that it can lower its dependence on China. And last but not the least, India should also focus on carrying forward initiatives such as Atmanirbhar Bharat or self-reliant India so that it can actually foster sustainable growth by providing budgetary allocations to its local producers. Strategically, I believe India has to actually arm its eastern frontiers with the same tooth it does its western and its northern borders. So India needs to actually develop and bring about more infrastructural and strategic depth in this entire region, maybe building more army and air force stations around the Siliguri Corridor. Another aspect is India should keep on expanding its indigenous arms and defense weapons system. During Operation Sindhu and its aftermath, we saw how the BrahMos and the Akash defense system played a pivotal role, and it showcased India's uh, resilience and might of its indigenous weapons manufacturing. So, India has to actually emerge as a self dependent country in the field of weapons and arms so that it can actually be less dependent on foreign defense exports and it can actually use that money in other infrastructural and strategic developments. So that was all from me in this video. Do also know in the comment sections what you think that India should implement in its eastern and northeastern frontiers so that it can be as well guarded as its western and northern frontiers. Please do also like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.